Dear friends, welcome to my video. In this video, we will see how to request location updates in the situation where get last location of this get fused location provider client is always returning null value in your Android app. So let's begin. We'll create a project. Probably I'll name it as request location updates for last location. Request updates for last location. Probably that could be the one. Yeah, rest of the things I'll leave it as it is. Click finish and wait for my environment to load. It may take a while, so I'll pause this video and unpause once this environment loads up completely. Perfect, the environment is loaded up. Yeah, first and foremost, I will also start my emulator in parallel on the right hand side so that it can load the emulator. Moreover, before I proceed, that to get the access to this particular APIs, we will need to include or implement something from in the Gradle file. So let's go to our build.gradle file and implement the required libraries from the Google Play service. So it will implement. Okay, so this was popular because emulators are starting in parallel, so no problem. So this will be implementation of com.google.android GMS. I think I can't see it still. Okay, let me type again. Complete GMS. Yeah, I can see now. Place services, and which service we'll need is location one, right? So we can just keep going up, or you can type it also. It will be somewhere here, location, and I think yeah, this is the 121.0.1. So this number may change based on the latest version whenever you are doing the coding, but yeah, this is the one which you have to implement in your Gradle file, and then click on sync now so that it can sync the required libraries to your project environment. And yeah, so let's wait for this syncing to happen. Also in parallel, what I can do is I can put the required permissions in the manifest file. So what all permissions I'll need is I'll need the permission for uh, yeah, locations. So course location, this one we can go for, and also we can go for find location, the other one. Perfect. So once we have this board done, let me quickly go back to the Gradle file, and everything looks fine now. Syncing is done. Perfect. On the right hand side, request updates for last location isn't responding. Okay, so I think because in the middle of we updating, so that's why we may have to rerun the app. However, before doing that, I'll quickly do one more thing. So manifest file is done. So I can just probably minimize the Explorer on the left hand side and go to my Java file over here now and seek the permission from the end user. So for that, the code is activity compat dot request permission, request on this, and we can request both the permissions in the same yeah, we'll create a string array in the same line of code. So one is for the access for, I think one by one we can go for both. So one is the course location, control C, control V, and the other one is, okay, I think I'll include the libraries in a moment. First let me add both. Yeah, so I have to just press Alt Enter to include these packages, or yeah, I think yeah, import this one. And if I go up in the import, we can see this imports are done. You can manually also write it, no problem, but yeah, that's one of the ways. Now if I move further, the last one will be package manager dot permission granted. Yeah, perfect. So this line will be responsible for taking the permission from the end user. So let me rerun this code quickly in the app, and let's see how it happens. In the meantime, I can quickly go to my layout also and see what all things I'll need in layout. So in layout right now, I have TextView by default. I think I'll just need TextView, and that will be more than sufficient. So text view. Yeah, okay. On the right hand side, if you see, the app has come up and is asking that this app to be given the device location access. Click yes while using this app. Click that part, and it will give you the access. Of course, once we complete the code, we'll see how it impacts. Okay. Now coming to the layout, so text view is the ID which we'll be using, and hello world is by default. I think I'll leave the text as it is, but however, I'll just increase the size of the text. Probably is 14 SP right now. I'll increase it to 24 SP, or probably I'll go for 34. And moreover, what I can also do it is alignment. Probably I can align it. Right now it's text. I can make it center. Yeah, looks good. Okay. So and also I'll do one thing in the on-click attribute of this. I can set the particular. Okay, I have not yet defined the method, so let me quickly first define one method over here. So the method could be public void button fetch location or get location, whatever. It doesn't matter. The name of the method doesn't not matter. However, yeah, the functionality will be the one which will be crucial. So yeah, this is defined. Now let me switch back quickly to the layout back, and over here, yeah, now we can associate this. So whenever we click anywhere within this text view widget, this particular method will be called the one which you have defined button get location. Okay, so I think from layout perspective we are done. I'll quickly switch back to over here in the Java code, and one by one we'll start our coding. So first let me define few class variable. One will be of course the text view, because that's where we will be taking the inputs as well as we'll be printing our output. So I'll quickly associate this text view. Find view by ID r dot id dot text view. This is the association with the widget. And now what else I'll need is I'll need probably two variables for storing my latitude and longitude. Yeah, so that will be of type string and string latitude, and by default I'll make it 0.0. And similarly I'll do one for longitude. Control C, Control V. I think rest of the things means as it is. The only thing I'll change is longitude. And probably I'll also create one class variable called int int int. I'll show you what's the use of this. Well, I'll initialize it value 1, and yeah, that's all. I think I'll be needing it. Okay, one thing I left, probably the major part, which is the fused location provider, right? So fused location provider client. Okay, so alt enter so that it can include the required imports here. Yeah, that's done, and I'll create a variable over here. So we'll be using this variable in our code to get the location. So let's start. I think I can start with this variable itself, and the location. No, I think I'm not getting that. Okay, let me type complete services dot, and this is what I wanted to get. And yeah, you can use it this as an activity. So that's all. Now we can use this fuse to get the last location, get current location. I will go for last location, probably last known location. And then what I'll do, what I'll add a listener to it. So add on success listener, and so in this I'll go for the second one probably. So no, what I meant was I will go for this second one activity. So let me come here quickly. This and what new on success. Yeah, this one, perfect. So whenever this listener is successful, okay, let me first put a semicolon over here. Then it will come here in this location variable is what we will get the location, and that's what we will be checking. So if location is not null, then we will get the value of our, I think this will give me get latitude and longitude. So this will be in double format. We may have to change it to string. So what I'll do is, okay, so let me first quickly do one thing. First let me bring that variable string latitude, and then what I'll do is double to string, no, something went wrong here. Wait a minute. To string, and then inside this I will just encapsulate this part. Yeah, perfect. Similarly, I'll do it for the other longitude. So let me first change the variable name here, and also instead of get latitude, longitude. Perfect. And if it's not true, then what should we do? Then probably in else part we will just assign these variables as null. So what I'll do is I'll just null. Okay, control C. Yeah. So this is what we will be testing and trying to see how to rectify this. Okay, there is some error here. Let me quickly check. So add permission check. Yeah. So just click yes, and then it will take care of adding this if else permission check. If it's not there, it will return, because it can't go to this line number 59 unless these permissions are granted by the end user, which we have already taken care in the onCreate method itself. However, it's always good to have more checks. Okay, so once we have it done here in this one, and then what we can do is we can print this output in our text view. So I'm not sure why the alignment is not coming. Anyway, I will take care of the alignment later. Text view dot set text, and in this set text, what else things will need is, yeah, here. So first is index I'll put, and this is the index. If you remember, we had one variable called int index. Perfect. Then what else we'll need is we will need longitude. No, first I'll put latitude. It doesn't matter, but it's just cosmetics part. All first I'll do one pixels n, so it's in the new line, and here I'll do is string latitude and backslash n longitude and string longitude. Perfect. Okay, so once we have it, and of course at the end I'll do one thing is index plus plus. Why I'm doing this is it will give me a count of how many times I'm clicking in this particular method. Okay, now let me take care of the indentation. So I just selected all code. Yeah, this one auto indent the lines. So Control Alt I is a shortcut, but yeah, nevertheless. Okay, perfect. So let me now run this code. I think I can see few errors here. I'm not sure why. What is the error? I don't know what is the error there. So let me run and see if it runs or if it gives some issues. We'll check it out. So there's some error over here. Okay, so I think I should have removed this part. Yeah, no, there's no error. So I can rerun this code and see how it behaves. I'm just bringing this down. Yeah, so what I'm expecting is it may work sometimes. However, many times I've seen this get last location on this fused location provider does not work, and it returns value as null. So if you see it is returning value null. So I can click multiple, and that's why I brought this index so that we know that okay, I have clicked 20 times. I'm trying to refresh this page. However, still the value is not being fetched. This is getting null because this location is null over here. So why this is null is because this right now this phone or the device has no reason to fetch the location, because this get fused location provider client is a more of a passive way of fetching the location, not an active way. So how to enforce, how to ensure that location is fetched? So for that we can request location update. So that we can do anywhere, but I'll do it is in onCreate method. So I'll just show you. It's pretty simple. So this is a location request. Yeah, this is something which we'll be creating. Location request and new location request dot builder, and here you can give your different types of attributes. Say for example, priority is okay. I'm not sure why it's not prompting. Okay, alt enter. Yeah, this is what I wanted. So priority is high accuracy, and what else is the I think the intervals we can give, so intervals probably could be 100 milliseconds, which is close to 0.1 seconds, and and I can set other things. Say for example, set wait for accurate location. So this probably I can make it as false. Yeah, so I'm not sure why. Okay, if I continue, there is some error here. I'm not sure why this is giving the error. Replace static import. No, I don't think this is the issue. So if I hover over it, cannot resolve the constructor builder intent. Okay, I think I used this a while ago and they have changed it. If I remove it, that looks good. And even I can see there is no such API no anymore for wait for accurate location. So I'll just remove this probably. I don't think I need that. What else I need is probably set. Let me see what all options are there. So one is the minimum update interval milli. So yeah, I can use this probably and I can set some value probably 100 milliseconds or 200 or yeah or probably I can set 1000 milliseconds. And what else I can set is set this is minimum interval. Max update intervals probably I can set it to something like again a large number, probably say for example 100. Yeah, perfect. Or probably I'll do one thing, I'll set it to 2000 above and then I'll build it. Yeah, so I think this will be responsible for accessing the location or requesting the location update. So let's proceed. So we'll need something called location callback, because that's another input argument. Okay, first I can show you why I'm creating all these variables. So say for example, if I have to get the location, or not a location request, but a location service, and we have to ask the okay, get fused location provider. I don't know what's the difference, and yeah, I can use any of this. Probably I can use get application context, and then what else I can do it is I can request the permissions, so request location update. And here if you see what I'll need is one is a location request, which already of course I created. However, the second argument is something like they're asking for location callback. If you see the one of the constructors, so let's quickly create this location callback to give this as an input. Perfect. So over here, what I'll do is location callback equals to new location callback, and it's giving me the options of the methods to be implemented. And let me go with the second option. Yeah, so whenever that is to use this location request. Yeah, now I can use this location callback over here as my another argument. And what else I can do it is perfect. So we have created this also. I'll just quickly add it here, and the third argument should be null. Perfect. So okay, there is some error. Let me see what is the error. So I'm not sure. If I hover cannot resolve the method, this. There seems to be some problem with my some of these arguments. So one by one. Okay. So first of all, for location callback, I don't think I need this. Okay, what I can do is I can just quickly check one thing. If this location results, this location not the request but the result, I guess the location result. So if this is equal to null, then no point further going ahead, and we can just return it. Yeah. This is one check I wanted to add over here. Apart from that, I am not sure why it is still giving error. Let me quickly check. I think there's something wrong over here with location request. So let me quickly check. Okay, I think what's going on over here is I am also importing the location from the Android. So this is not the correct one. I think I should remove it, and this should fall on this one. Yeah, correct. Alt enter. So if I should import that one. which is basically the location request from our Android library what we have implemented in the Gradle file. Yeah, and over here, I think what I was doing earlier may work. So this is a uh, interval milli and set wait for accuracy. This I can set to false. This is what I was looking for. I thought like it has changed, the API has changed, but no, it has not changed yet. Yeah, and rest of things I leave it as it is. So if I go scroll down, still there is some error. Let me just quickly hover over here. I don't know. Call request permission check. Okay, so that should be an easy one. If we just add permission check, which will be taken care automatically by Android Studio, hopefully this will be taken care. Perfect. So now we have put our service here, which is basically location request and location callback to request the location updates forcefully here in the onCreate method itself. And I'm expecting, okay, I'm not sure why it is giving error. Okay, probably because we removed that. I think that's because we removed that Android location. Also, if you remember, I removed two imports, so I can type it manually. I can do one more thing. I can try to hover my mouse on top of this. Most likely, it will bring that again. Yeah, okay. Just press Alt Enter and import the class, and it will take care. Yeah, perfect. So if I scroll up back again, so this one is needed, not the other one, which was location request is needed from the yeah, place services. Okay, so if I rerun this code and let me see if it works or not. So if you see it 29 times we tried almost, or I could have tried a few more times, and it still gives null. Let me see, when we force the request location updates, then how it behaves. I have to check on that. So let's let the app come back again. App is reloading. So of course, hello world. So this is initially 0, 0 because initially we have put 0. Perfect. So now if you see, okay, longitude also should have come. I think it's because the area of this is a bit less. So what I can do is I can probably make it a little bit bigger. Yeah, and quickly rerun it. It should be visible. Longitude as well. Yeah, so code is coming up again. 0, 0. Perfect. So if you see, now there is no null over here because every time location gets some values and it goes here and it yeah, it gets the value. So this is how you can enforce. I'll just quickly rerun it once again, and yeah, to make sure we have some value. So this is how you can enforce that we get the values of the location for this get fused location provider client, and it's not null it returns. So if it's null, then just call this particular enforce it to get the location updates, because this is okay. How Android phone works is because if none of the apps is asking for location, OS will by default not collect that information. However, in these days we have so many apps, so some of the other apps will be requesting the location, so chances of that is very less. However, still it's always better to be on safer side when you have a commercial app, professional app, to request the location updates. Okay, so that's all I wanted to show you in this video, that this is an important line where to enforce the location updates on your when you are using the last location on the Fuse location provider client. And yeah, I hope this video is useful to you. If you have any questions or suggestions, then please put in the comment section below. And if you like this video, then please subscribe to my channel. Thank you and have a nice day. Bye.